Good
Hello.
morning.
How are
Well,
you?
I'm doing pretty good, thanks. How are you?
Well, really, really good until I discovered that I missed your time.
Look, I missed our time and I apologize for that. I'm so glad you texted me. 'Cause-
Oh, good.
yeah, yeah. So let me bring
Good,
up my
good.
stuff real quick.
No
Uh,
problem. I was
so what's
out. We
been
have
going on?
like
How did your thing
beautiful.
with GeniusU go? How'd your event go?
The event went good, but I'm not going to continue as an event manager.
Okay.
I mean, it's
You tr-
like that workload and that stress and sitting in front of a computer 12, 14 hours a day, while I'm in my heart only want to work with just stuff that has to do with people's health and just sitting. No, that's like I'm totally out of flow in that world. I did it because I wanted to learn and I thought maybe it was going to be a little bit different, but no, that was not me at all.
I get it. I get it. As part of the team, I guess I've spent 4 months as part of the team that was facilitating those events and doing the digital marketing and stuff. And it was a lot. And, just like any big business, their focus is on the numbers
Yep.
and the numbers that lead to the numbers, you
And I'm a
know.
very, in that sense, I am very business minded. I am. But when it comes to that, like following a spreadsheet on a daily basis, I'm much more of a free spirit when it comes to how I've been working as a solopreneur for 30 years. And
Mhm.
suddenly having to report my numbers to someone that has like a whip on me. No, 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 no. No, no, no.
I
But
totally get it.
yeah. So I had a follow-up call the other day with Michelle Clark, and she said, "So what do you think? How can we continue?" I said, "I don't know about you, but there ain't no we in continuing."
Mm-hmm.
And I
It's
basically I had to put everything in my regular business on hold. There was no time for anything but for just whipping up the numbers for that event. That's it. So yeah,
yeah.
so I'm out, and I'm happy. I learned a lot.
And that's what it's all about. It's the experience that gives us greater understanding and
Yeah,
knowledge and, more that we have to share with others about how to
exactly.
do things and what works, what doesn't work. And yeah, yeah.
Exactly.
Well, congratulations on having a successful event.
Well, I thought it was successful. Then we see what the outcome is, how much as upsell afterwards they will have. And then we see how big of a success they think it was. We see.
Um, the other piece too, I know, is that sometimes, especially when they're new introductions, those numbers take time to roll through.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of times they're looking at what's the immediate um, dollar effect.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's a long-term dollar effect. I've talked to people
Exactly.
that have been in the community for years. I mean, like 6, 8, 10 years, hadn't bought anything until
Yeah.
now. And so I'm like, okay, there's
Yeah.
something to that.
Exactly. And that's why I didn't agree with Michelle Clark at all, because she was talking about like not only the numbers that will attend the event, but the quality of the people that will attend the event. And I said, I don't think we think the same way when it comes to quality. I brought in, for example, an entrepreneurial school, it's like a university that comes from Sweden, but they have been spreading to LA and to Singapore and so forth, and they're called Hyper Island, and they are very futuristic when it comes to the way they educate. It's big, I mean, big time project led education, and it's super interesting, I think. So I brought like 20, 30 of their students to the event. I know they're not going to buy anything now. They don't have money. But in the future, in 1 year, 5 years, they could be big clients to GeniusU. But that's not how she sees it. And I'm like, sorry, we disagree on that one.
And you know, it's interesting that you say that, because they talk about, you know, the value cycle and people
Exactly.
coming in and starting in this area and how you have to treat them so they do stay with you for the time that it takes for them to become customers.
Exactly. And that's
Yeah.
and when I listened, and that's why I had some arguments with Michelle Clark, because I meant, like, for me, it's, you guys are teaching me that, you know, we're going through these steps of having followers to community to prospects to customers, and now I'm bringing in people that are not even followers at this stage. They're not even on your map, and I'm bringing them to the event, and then they will become followers, many of them, but not immediate customers. You know, I mean, maybe some of them, but not many. Oh, we have to have high quality. I said, that's where you lose me.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat, because even with the healthpreneurs that I'm bringing in, they're new to the entire concept of
Yeah,
Entrepreneur 5.0. So it's a matter of educating them
yeah,
to help them to see that this is the community that's really on track for them to invest in.
exactly.
And, you know, even when it comes down to cryptocurrency, it's like, you know, I know it, I've heard of it, I've been kind of watching it.
Yeah,
But what sticks with them, of course, is the negative press.
yeah,
And so it's going to take time for them to come into the trust area, which is
exactly,
just before buy. And we know that cycle, it's going to take its time.
exactly. And that's what, like exactly what I told Michelle as well. I think you guys in GeniusU, you call it the value cycle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, thank you for having this conversation with me, because I was actually kind of perplexed myself. And the only thing that kind of settled me down was knowing that there have been people in this community for years that have just been followers, not even
Yeah,
prospects.
exactly.
And I'm like, and the number of years, you know, I'd expect to hear like 2 years, 3 years,
Yeah,
but 6 and 10 years since 2006, 2008. I'm like,
yeah,
you know, wow, it's 12 years.
yeah. And I basically been one of them. I mean, I think I took the first wealth dynamics test maybe 10 years ago. And I've been on and off just checking out the community, being on some of the yearly, like the yearly summit he has in December or January or whatever it has been in the past, and I haven't bought anything. I mean, it was now in March, and that's a good 10 years.
So, and you're a
So
prime example of the people that you're attracting to enter the value cycle.
exactly.
And yeah, thank you. Because I'm in the same place. And what I recognize too with healthpreneurs is, you know, they are more inclined to say, how can I do more for people
Yeah,
than for myself? You know, things are
exactly.
working, I'm
Yeah,
doing. So there's a different approach to it too.
exactly. But then I think like a person like I just think that right now it feels like they are pressured to hit the numbers since they're doing the IPO and they want to get out on the market with a good value of their stocks. Uh, I mean, because that was the other discussion I had with Michelle Clark when I was in her Gap group, and she was like, "Well, did you? How is
We
the
did
sales
gap at
going?"
the same time, just in different groups. That's right.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. You had Michelle Clark as well.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
and it was like I said, the funny thing, Michelle, is that you say when you have someone in your community and they are asking a question that basically categorize them as a prospect, you say yourself, have a conversation with them and see if you can solve their problem, right? And then at the same time, you're telling me, did you sell? Well, I can't sell to someone if they are not, if I cannot solve their problem, or they don't see that I can solve their problem.
Right.
Because if I'm being honest and they are being honest and we do not match, it's not going to be business unless I twist it like a car salesman. And I don't want to go there.
Right. Right. And that was me. And I've even, you know, with my promo plan, thinking that there were external circumstances that caused me to have to move some things around on the board. You know, I sat back one day and I said, you know, it's really interesting that these things moved. And the thing that came up that actually is able to happen or has been able to happen has been the holiday giveaway, because it's a lower barrier to entry for healthpreneurs to be a part of it, as well as the big value for healthpreneurs in getting this free stuff out to their people to understand about living, you know, the lifestyle and the using lifestyle and food as medicine.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're hearing a lot more about it, but there's not a lot of stuff that people are finding outside of maybe some YouTube videos. That's free stuff
Yeah.
that people can take with them.
Yeah.
And that gets people into the, you know, the community, the followers
Yeah.
space.
Exactly. And that's also, like I said, where I actually think I actually said to Michelle that I don't believe that your advice is smart, because my product that I'm selling to, like my niche is like, how right now it's like that new brand that I built up, which I call Digital Healthpreneur, which basically is like how do you help, or basically how do you become successful as a health, wellness, or sports coach online. So I have specified at like how to create the success online. And my product is like, you know, following the advice of GeniusU, it's like a $1,500 course. And that's a big leap from just getting to know Ronnie and to pay him $1,500, even though I can have the proof and I can have, you know, there has to be an entry product that gets them like comfortable with me, and they start to understand that no, it's not only what you know in your specific field as a healthpreneur, your speciality, your niche. That's not like what's going to make you money. It's like how you run your business in the combination with your special knowledge. That's where the magic happens.
Right.
And like I said, you know, I when I did my first promo, I said, since I'm building a new community with like only English speaking, because my prior business was Swedish speaking people. So now I'm building a new community, and my goal was to have 10 customers, and I got like 7 or 8, and I have like built from 0 to a community with 70 people. And I said, I'm actually I'm satisfied. Oh, that's not enough money. I said, hey, they did not know me, and now they're paying $1,500 to get that value from 0, and I think that's pretty darn good. But she's like, she wants to take this big, and I understand. I mean, of course, you want to build big business, but at the same time, my focus is just like you said. Like, we are helping the healthpreneurs, helping their customers. That's like that's the main focus, and then we have to do it the right way, and maybe we have to start on that level to then be able to scale it.
Absolutely. It's a process.
Yeah. And for me,
And
still, you know, it's like 8 months into GeniusU world, and I'm still learning like crazy.
we all are. And it's fascinating because they have so much to give. You know, there's
Yeah.
so much information. Roger is just a wealth of knowledge and um,
Yeah.
Did you catch his last thing that he did on, it was like the next stage of metaverse, but it was a deep look into like Bear Stearns and oh, who is it? Larry Fink. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Honestly, I was blown away because that actually is the world that I came out of, the commercial real estate and the REIT investments and stuff like that. And I always wondered, was like, how is this guy like now Goldman Sachs and then now Bear Stearns and then, you know, BlackRock? Because
BlackRock, yeah.
we actually did business with BlackRock. We did some financing for them.
Wow.
And so seeing all of what he brought in, I was like, oh God.
Yeah.
And Aladdin, that's what it was, Aladdin.
Yeah.
You know, and it's as scary as it is intriguing.
Yeah.
Because it is the Matrix.
Yeah, it is. It is. And in our field, when you take a look at all that, and I guess that's why we, both you and me, I guess, why we like Roger so much, because he's making this future look. And basically every time I've been listening to one of his speeches and the things he says is going to happen, it happens. He's like spot on every time. And if you look at what's happening right now and you combine that with actual, like the holistic approach of health, there's going to be more and more people that is going to like crazy need our knowledge and what we are providing, because as we progress in everything, we know that as soon as we reach too high too fast, everything always come back to basics. We have to get back to basics. What is health? What do we need to do? What do we need to stick with? What do we know the basic that works? Well, then it comes to the, you know, what does Mother Earth give us to eat and drink, and with exercise and the mindset and the sleep and all that. And then it's like the opposite of the metaverse when it comes to the health part. So I think we have so much to give in that perspective.
You're right. You're right. And with us, it's really interesting because this space isn't old. I mean, isn't new like a lot of people think. You know, using food as medicine, that's not a new concept.
No. It's like, have you ever heard about Hippocrates? Have you heard his name?
Exactly.
Yeah. Good.
So just one more thing, Ronnie, would you like me to direct people to your Facebook, LinkedIn, or your website?
I basically I turned off my webpage because I'm building a new. So it's right now it's like, I think it's like I send you the link. I think this one is the one that is, hold on. Here we go. There we go. I can send it to you right here.
Okay. I saw that. You know, it's funny, when I first started talking to Michelle about healthpreneurs, she was like, "What's a healthpreneur?" And then I was like, well, it's, you know, explaining it to her, and she's like, okay, nobody's calling it healthpreneur.
But have you seen that? Have you seen that guy from? Is he based out of Detroit or Chicago? That has the webpage healthpreneur.com?
Yes. Let me see, what's his name? He's foreign
Yuri,
to the US, but yeah.
Yuri or something like that, right?
Yes, Yuri. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I've just I subscribed to his newsletter, so I've been like studying him a little bit, so a little bit familiar with, but still I feel like there's a huge gap of what needs to be done. I think, you know, he is very successful business wise, but I think there's, you know, several things that needs to be aligned with the healthpreneurs to make them successful. I think. I don't know.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah. So how is this going to work? We just going to you record the session, and is there anything else I need to think about, or we just go with the questions?
We're just gonna go with the questions for some reason. Come on. I'm trying to fix my PowerPoint here.
Ah, okay.
And I don't know if, did you get an email from me?
Yeah, I get with the questions.
Yes, with the questions, but no, I was thinking the email about the holiday extravaganza, the giveaway.
Yeah, the holiday giveaway. Yeah. I haven't read it. I mean, I got it like at 2 o'clock in the morning my time.
Okay. Yeah, but we are going to be, so we're the P3 Academy, Business Development and Digital Marketing for Healthpreneurs, which is now going to migrate into Healthpreneur Dynamics, where we've got, you know, several, well, 3 buckets: digital marketing, promotional marketing, digital marketing being, you know, we can handle your social media stuff and, you know, stuff like that. And then there's the promotional marketing being project-based campaigns. And then there's stuff like the giveaway, and we're going to be doing a summit next year. And we're going to be inviting healthpreneurs to participate in the summit. Again, something that's of great value to them and being a part of the P3 community of healthpreneurs, but more value to their people, because they're now in a space that they're actually able to get more people to see and know, like, and trust, follow, build that value cycle from there. So
yeah,
it's finally moving.
Awesome, fantastic, fantastic. And there's so many of the things that you guys do, and what I am doing and what I'm planning on. So we are very much aligned, and I love that.
Me too. Okay, I am ready. Let me